Yeah, you are getting a little bit weird, and we are live. Your camera's getting a little bit goofy, but we'll take it. We're here for Do That But Better. What's going on, you guys? Yes, we're back after a small vacation. Eric, you just came back from vacation, and
Yep.
so where'd you go?
We were in Tennessee at a lake house, which was awesome. Um, yeah, man. The kids just played, swam
Yeah.
all day. Everyone got swimmer's ear. Let's see. In
What do you even
in
do
the
for
car,
swimmers here? Anything?
uh, I always knew that there were like drops and stuff. So, rubbing alcohol
Mm,
because it helps evaporate all the water.
yeah.
That's something. I had a tick crawling on me within an hour of being there.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
On the car ride home, the 22-hour car ride home, we eliminated 3 ticks in the car
Oh
and a
man,
spider.
that is
It was
crazy.
yeah, it was crazy.
Do you know that I could not tell you what a tick looks like?
Oh, I'm very familiar now.
Natalie's always like looking for ticks. Like whenever we go do anything, like we'll be in the woods, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know how you know. Like I've out of all the time that I have been in the woods and playing, like I don't know how I couldn't know, or that I don't have Lyme disease.
I know. I never even thought about it until a few years ago. There was one time where my father-in-law had a tick like dug in,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's a tick. Okay. And
yeah.
then this trip, they were everywhere.
Hmm. Well,
But
awesome.
so
Yeah,
basically, what you expect in a summer trip at the lake in Tennessee was a lot of swimming, swimmer's ear, cousins playing, a lot of ticks, lightning bugs, all the things, which
that's
was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
That's very cool.
One thing uh, that I noticed during our drive,
Mhm.
right? We're driving through Kansas, Missouri, and then Tennessee, is that every stupid pull off tourist trap has the exact same fudge and uh, saltwater taffy ads, and I just can't help but think, like, who cares? Why is that a draw? How did that start? That every single place has the exact same thing. Why go anywhere? Because they're all the same.
Now, did you buy some? That's the question.
No,
Come
no.
on.
But there was like
You
billboard
have
after
to.
billboard of like homemade fudge. I'm like, okay, I know that there's a tourist trap within 15 minutes of me that has the same things. Why would I
but
buy that somewhere else?
but they made it at their home, and their home tastes
Yeah,
better.
well, yeah, at their home business
Who the
or
who the heck
bought it.
buys saltwater taffy anyways?
I don't know. I do love it. It is delicious. I just don't understand why that is a thing everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know, but I can't believe that you like saltwater taffy. That sounds horrible. Aren't isn't that the candy that was the Halloween, like the old lady,
No,
like
that just
those.
look, that's like a weird peanut butter thing, but they look the same.
Okay,
They do look
well,
this. I feel like wrapped up the same,
I
but those are nasty.
yeah, those were absolutely horrible, and I've just associated with them those with saltwater taffy because I feel like that's what they are.
Yeah, they look the same, not the same for sure.
Yeah, but so you just went on vacation, and actually, I'm going to be leaving next week for vacation, and this is a time of year that everyone looks forward to, right? And so actually, people prep in like coming into the year. They're like, I need to get my vacation body, and I'm going to do this so that I can go to the beach and all this kind of stuff. And then we go on vacation, and I think that there's a lot of anxiety about it, especially since lots of times you put in the work to lose weight, to look your best, to feel really great, to be able to do the things that you want to do. And that's sort of a problem that you have been looking forward to this, but then it gives you lots of anxiety. Oh, I'm going to gain 10 pounds this week, right?
Yep.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be. We're heading to California, and we're gonna be at Disney, Universal, and it's like, all right, what are the things that would keep me from having the same health as when I'm at home?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it, I feel like just like what you were saying, that like you plan for it and then you dread it. Uh, because like you're building up in your head these special things, but then you're like, but that doesn't actually match with what I want, or that's gonna make me feel like crap.
right.
uh, yeah, and I don't know, it's this like push and pull going into it, where you're not sure what you want to do. You're
Mhm.
ambivalent. You want to do both, and you also don't want to do both.
Well, I think the one thing is you start finding out, all right, why do I want to do the things that I want to do? Like, so number one, what are the things that I want to do? And then why do I want to do that? And I sort of equate this, so I haven't drank in almost 4 years, or five, almost 5 years. And uh when I was going to the bar often, right? It was like when I think back, why was I doing it? Right? And it was to hang out with people and
Yep.
go and have some fun. And actually, the day that I stopped drinking, uh, I remember I was standing in line at a wedding. I was like for the bar. I was like, I'm gonna have some drinks because I'm gonna dance. And I thought about that, and I was like, I can dance anyways. And
Hmm.
so I was like, I'm gonna not drink this whole wedding. And I went out and I had a lot of fun, and it was awkward at first, because
Hmm.
I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do this. But my problem was that I would do that and then I wouldn't stop, and then it got crazy. And guess what happened? I would spend the next day and a half, especially the older that I got, hangovers lasted longer, you know? And so now I have a day and a half, like, out of commission. And it was like, that's what I did. Like, that's what I gave up
Hmm.
to go and dance. And I was like, oh my goodness, I could just dance and be functional tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I feel like the same thing happens on these vacations. And a lot of it has to do with FOMO. You're like, all right, I'm I'm on vacation and they have fudge and taffy. It's homemade. And it's like, I gotta have the fudge and taffy. And it's like, do you really need that crappy fudge and taffy?
Yeah.
you know? And so you start looking at all the things that um I think that you look at the things that are available and you go, I need to do that. I don't have this here.
Yeah.
Right. And really it's like, man, pick something really great and like move into that and really enjoy those things.
Hmm. Yeah, and like save it for like a special time. So, like while we're at the lake, we might have a drink at night. After
Hmm.
dinner, kids go to bed, we're playing a game or something like that. Um, but like the one day, everyone was either like on the boat, or a lot of the parents were like sitting by the water or in the water with the kids. And I was like, you know what? This is like a beautiful sunny day. I think it was the first day that it wasn't like just raging hot and humid.
Yeah.
So everyone was really out. I'm like, all right, we have juice and we have like coconut rum. So I mixed up a pitcher of like a tasty drink. And it was like that day, it was just the perfect moment. And everyone was like, yes, that's what I want right now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like all day, every day. People are just like, I remember times where we went to Camp David and
Yeah.
it's like beer for breakfast all
Yep.
day long. But man, it's either like hair of the dog to keep it going, or you're just gonna want to sleep all day
Right.
after.
Yeah. And I think that the same thing goes with food. You go, all
Yeah.
right, we're gonna try these things, and it's like, man, how many things do you really want to try? How many things are even worth it? You know, you go, oh, I'm gonna get, I don't know, In-N-Out burger, and I'm gonna get this, and and it's like, man, like, I mean, just think, I'm not, I'm not going somewhere to get White Castle, you know, but people will come.
Until you live somewhere that there isn't White Castle.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I'm not going to go to White Castle, and I live here, you know, and it's like, why would I go to this crappy place just because it is special there? Now you can. Now, are you going to overdo it? Are you gonna like? Do you have to do it every day, or
Hmm.
you're gonna go get a slider and go and take a picture and post it on Instagram? You know what I mean? And the thing is that you don't need to overdo all the things, but you can still do them and still feel great about your vacation. Not yeah, not be straight up hungover the whole time, or just feeling just horrible and bloated the whole time. And really, I mean, I guess you have to decide what you like your vacations to be. You know, some people like to just chill at the pool, and I don't necessarily enjoy that as much. I want to be doing stuff, but I do like to relax. And I'll tell you, like, for me, our vacations, I really enjoy outdoors kind of thing. So whether it's hiking or whatever, I love camping, and I love just sitting by the fire.
Hmm.
And same thing, I feel like if I'm sitting by a pool or even just in the pool, I can do that totally without anything else that's going to make me regret my vacation.
Yeah.
But that's actually a really hard thing to do because I've been there doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's really a habit of like, I'm in this context of vacation
Mhm.
and, in the past, or like road trips. Man, that's been a huge one. I know we've talked about
Candy?
that before. Yeah. And like, how much candy and snacks do you need? The answer
Yeah,
is zero, right? And I still feel the urge to just load up with stuff. Thankfully now I never do.
yeah,
But I just saw someone post about that recently. It was like some meme about whatever, like road trips you're supposed to eat 5,000 calories of gummy bears or whatever.
yeah,
And I'm like, no, no, that is the craziest thing. And I don't know how it started, but when you get into that context, you have that mindset and that experience. And same thing for any vacation of like, well, we're out. So, ooh, yes, we are doing dessert. And yeah, why don't we get one of each and we'll all just share it so we all get to try everything and we
yeah.
all overstuffed.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
not necessary. Like, it's really, you know, awareness. One, awareness of that habit, that thought habit, and then two, awareness of what you actually want and enjoy.
Hmm.
So, like, what are the things, if I'm going to this place and here are the big things that everyone says you have to try, which
Right.
ones actually sound good to me? What things do I actually want to try and spend time on? And, like, am I willing to, like, break my normal routine for?
Right.
Right? What are the things that are going to enhance this experience, and go for those, and then recognize which ones you know are just an Instagram post of like, hey, I was here, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be crappy. You're not gonna enjoy actually doing it or having it or eating it.
And like, and especially when you overindulge in those things, right? You go, all right, I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna do. Yeah, man. How often, like, you go to Disney or something like that, and you're like, oh, I got to get the Mickey Mouse Sundae, and it's like, that is just like, so much of it is crap, right? Like, and you get multiple of them, and do your kids remember it? Probably not. Yeah,
Right.
there's going to be like very small things that they remember, but
Yeah. It'll be standing in line for 4 hours for whatever ride. It'll be the funny face or the goofy scream that dad does on the roller coaster.
yes.
Right? It's not gonna be the giant swirly sucker
Oh my
that
gosh, those are so
again
brutal.
you can get at every single tourist stop ever.
Yep. Yep. that is the absolute worst. And nobody need dude, actually, I think they should really do away with suckers. I think they're possibly like the worst candy that there is. And you're just gonna sit there and suck on it forever.
It's like in Parks and Rec. Have you watched
Mhm.
Parks and Rec?
I've only seen a few.
There's one where they're trying to, I don't know, they're doing something against this fast food chain called Paunch Burger,
Yeah.
and they have this giant cup, and they're like, "How is this child size?" And they said, "Because it's roughly the size of a small child if they were liquefied." And that's what those suckers are. They are
Yeah,
child size.
dude, it is that is so ridiculous. But I'll tell you what. One of the things that that Natalie got me onto with vacations was we always tried to cram in too much, and by the time that we were done with the day, the kids were crying. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9, 10 o'clock, and we're still coming back from a hike or like all these things.
Yep.
And she was like, "That's it. We can't do this anymore. We can only do one thing a day." And that thing might be go to the pool, and so now you're going to spend the day at the pool or you're going to spend the day at the beach. And that means that uh all these other things, they take a backseat. And you can even think about this when it comes to so not only the event but also the things that you do at the event. So um when I like to think about vacation, there's I feel like there's not usually a ton of eating, right? So you probably wake up late. You maybe have a late breakfast, or you
Or like
maybe
a
even
quick on the way out the door,
yeah, you're just
whatever.
grabbing something. Um, but then you'll probably have one big meal, like a restaurant that you go to. You're gonna try out something fun, and then you're maybe gonna have snacks. But lots of times you have all those things in the middle, right? So like you were saying, like the fudge and the suckers and the ice cream and the whatever. And it's like, man, go have your, like, so number one, have something that you need, right? Have some protein, have some vegetables. Plan that out. You know, go up. Maybe you go to breakfast and you get an omelet with vegetables, so that you
Mm.
and so make this one boring. It doesn't have to be like the craziest waffle with ice cream and whatever. And then you go out, have some ice cream, have some suckers, have some toffee, and then you go to Whataburger and you get the triple whatever with the double diet Coke, and then you finish it off with a night of drinking. You know, I mean, actually, if you think about that day, that doesn't sound that abnormal
Hmm.
for what somebody might do or what I might have done. And uh, that might have been a day in my life. Not sure, but um, like if you think about that, it almost makes me sick, right? You go, oh crap, like why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
But lots of times when we're in the moment, we're like, oh, I got to do this. Oh
Yeah.
look, it's an ice cream shop. It's like, oh, that's a crappy ice cream shop. you know it's like I
Right.
don't even want to go to that one. Let's find one that's really great, and let's try something new. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Baskin Robbins. I've been there before. I don't need to see what Ohio's Baskin Robbins looks like. you know
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
but yeah, so even just thinking, all right, that one thing, what is going to be that fantastic meal that I'm not going to care about it at all, like or I'm not going to worry about it at all. And
Right.
I go, hey, I'm gonna find the thing that I really want the most and really enjoy this and not really care about it because it's not going to throw me off, because I've already set myself up to win this vacation. And guess what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel fantastic and be ready to do something else again.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's a huge part is like that, the forethought of how is this going to impact me and the rest of my vacation? How am I gonna feel later today? How am I gonna feel tomorrow?
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, man, you don't want to waste a day feeling crappy
Yeah,
or waste the whole vacation feeling crappy.
right. I I like to think about that like from when I was like trying to lose weight and trying to get fit, and I would go and do these things, and you go, I got to do this. Oh, and it was so fun, right? It was like, oh, I was out till 4 in the morning, and I ate a whole pizza because somebody dared me to, and like, and it was like, oh, but that was the fun stuff. Yet every day until I got the results that I wanted, uh, I felt like crap, right? You put on your pants and you're like, man, they don't feel right. And you see yourself in a picture and you're like, oh man, I hate the way I look, right? And it's like, was that amount of time worth what I feel and for how long?
Yeah, yeah, like you just haven't associated the behavior with the result.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
realize that like your dependence on those things for fun was what was keeping you from getting the results you want.
right. And now I go, you know what? I have fun. I have fun doing all the stuff that I do, and I'm especially if I'm on vacation, I'm not doing it because it's vacation. I'm doing it is because it's fun, right? And uh, I think that you can go. I'm going to um, shoot. I mean, you can really throw anything into this. Like you go, I enjoy this thing because it makes shoot when people go running on their vacation. They're like, I'm gonna go run on the beach, and that is something that they don't get to do at home,
Hmm.
and it makes them feel really good, and it makes them feel good afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, there's so many things that are like that that we sort of push off because it's it's sort of just built into us, whether it's culture wise or whatever, that you just have these crazy blowouts on vacation.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's that like it's a thought habit. It's an old pattern uh, that you just get caught up into. But if you plan ahead, you can override it
Hmm.
and create a new pattern. Like find
Yeah,
the things that you really enjoy uh, and that support your goals and your new lifestyle, and do those things. Make
right,
that change. And then, like down the road, now you're teaching your kids that new pattern
right.
so that they don't have to break it for themselves.
Yeah, so they don't have to walk into the gas station for the first time every year on vacation to get all the candy.
Yeah.
What when you think about vacation trip food, what do you usually think of? Like from your old mind.
From as far like just being on vacation.
Like so when you hop into a car and you're like, all right, it's time to go, and we're gonna go fill up before we take off, and you walk into the gas station and you're like, all right, what am I gonna buy?
Yeah. The first things that come to mind would probably be a payday
Hmm.
and Twizzlers.
Oh
Some
yeah,
pull
Twizzler, I
and
forgot about that.
peel, the pull and peel like watermelon Twizzlers. Those are
Yes,
so good.
I used to love those. Yeah, I totally forgot. Wait, what? Oh, the payday. So actually, strangely enough, I was just in the grocery store and I was talking to Natalie, and I'm like, every time I see one, I want to buy a payday, and I don't think I've ever bought a payday in my life, but just because Dad always had them, and they are good, but
They definitely, I feel like they are probably one of the more underrated candy
yeah,
bars for sure.
I think it's because they don't have chocolate,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really seem. People probably are like, I don't want to eat that healthy candy bar.
I'll tell you, so I think I've said this before, but hardware stores. If
Yeah,
I'm in a hardware store, I walk in and I'm like, I could go for a payday.
yep. Payday or
It's
orange slices.
Pavlov's dog.
Yep. It is so ridiculous. But yeah, I always go to like whatever reason I'm like I want to grab a some kind of energy drink now also, and because it's so stupid. Yeah, energy drink or like one of the like the Starbucks coffee, like
The
you know,
Frappuccino in
yeah,
the glass jar.
yeah. And like
That's the other thing
you want to know
that
what
comes.
that's from? That was like when when we went to Montana.
Yeah.
So actually the first time that I went, we it was like so Matt Beege was like, all right, we gotta get this stuff. We need energy. We're gonna drive all night, and so that like we just dosed it up with caffeine and cigarettes, and or maybe it might have even been cloves, and it was just to keep us awake.
Sounds like a
It was,
former Marine.
oh yeah, it was like this is so stupid, but yeah, orange slices. Um, I always like, and actually, I think we even we took dip too. It was like it was stupidest stuff is like, oh, I never do this, but I need it on a trip. And then when we would go camping, like then that was like, all right, that's what I gotta do. I'm like, I'm driving 4 hours. Are you kidding me? But yeah,
uh,
those stupid things get in your head. Well, all
yep.
right. So making vacations fun again. Keep vacations fun. But so number one, find out what you want to do and why you want to do it. So I think just having that idea of like why am I doing this? Is it because I've been doing this all the time, or can I have some fun doing some other things?
Right. And
And
like like what do I enjoy about this? Do
right,
I enjoy being on a boat because I'm getting hammered? Or do I enjoy being on a boat and I can do it without getting hammered?
right. Um, stick to some kind of normal schedule, whether it's going for like doing a little bit of exercise, having a breakfast that you normally have, like having a meal that you normally having some food that you normally have,
Yep.
and
And
like
man, this someone when we were in Tennessee, someone made an egg bake, and that
mhm,
lasted for a couple days, where you grab a square out of the fridge, you can eat it cold,
yeah,
just grab one, eat it quick, and you can go be on the paddleboard. You're
right,
ready for the day.
yep. So find some normalcy in the craziness, and then one thing a day. Find that thing that is most important or that you really want to enjoy, and go out and enjoy it. And that could be, you know, a bar that you love. That could be a restaurant that you've been really looking forward to, and the barbecue that you really wanted to have in Tennessee or whatever the heck it is. But
Hmm.
uh, yeah, it'll bring the fun back to it, so you can come home and not be like, oh crap, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. We will be here every Tuesday for Do That But Better. Tuesdays at 12 o'clock. Eric, I will see you later.
All right. See ya.